show. We have this glass mat on there, and you guys have asked about it so much. We've sold it out twice, and it's never been on television. It's only been seen on the desk, and I bought one, and I did a box opening that you can see on my Facebook page. If you scroll back a little bit, I opened the box live. I waited. It arrived. I had to sit there for a couple days, and it was killing me because I wanted it out so bad, but I thought, I'm just going to do an unboxing. So if you want to see the full unboxing, you can, but I just wanted to prove to you guys that I bought this. It is my favorite mat by far. I leave it out all the time. I just love looking over at my crafting desk, and it sits there so beautifully, but it's brilliant at the same time. And we finally, listen to this, after selling out not on the air twice, we finally are doing the first on-air presentation. If you're watching tonight and you don't have this, I highly recommend use the savings, the flex pay, take advantage of the shipping deal we have going, and grab this mat. Now, explain why it's so brilliant.
Well, first of all, we wanted something that was going to be functional and gorgeous. So I wanted something that people could put, because I know not everybody has a craft studio. So some people are working in their dining room, and you want to have your craft things out. You don't want to put them away all the time. Right. So we wanted something beautiful, but we wanted something functional. Now this is a very large mat. This is actually going to be 24 by 18. It's the largest mat that you're going to find in the market here on HSN as well. It is absolutely stunning, and the entire surface is magnetic. We also include a 12-inch ruler that has 4 neodymium earth magnets, strongest magnets you can get, and then 4 of these puck magnets that are also, oops, very strong. How strong they are. And we also put a really nice little felt on the bottom there so they slide easily and they're easy to pick up. Now the great thing about this is you have this beautiful grid, but it's not an in-your-face grid. I wanted something that was really beautiful that I could leave out all of the time. So the grid itself is 14 by 20. This is your new craft space, okay? So, you know, we've got, like when I'm actually crafting, this is what it looks like when I'm crafting. I bring all of my things in. I'm not worried about any of my stuff falling off of my craft space. All right, so I have everything. I'm gonna move these out of the way.
And by the way, the entire thing has a metal base, so the entire thing you can use magnets on.
Now, the cool thing is everything that I can do on this. So you just saw me doing some stenciling, right? So I can do my stenciling on here. I'm going to hold my stencils in place with my magnets. I'm going to go ahead and do some very simple stenciling, all right? Very simple. I do tend to put my hand down whenever I'm stenciling.
Well, and also,
but look, I don't have to.
Isn't that's out of habit, though? Isn't that funny?
It is. It's just out of habit. Now, here's the thing, too. If I happen to get it on my glass mat, all I need to do is wipe it off.
Yeah, it's great.
Nice and easy, okay? So my stenciling, if I'm stamping and I get ink on my glass mat, I can just go ahead and wipe that off. Now, what if I want to use this as, let's say, like I don't want to bring out my palette. I don't need my mixing palette anymore, right? I can just go ahead. I'm going to hold this in place because I like to do that. I'm going to go ahead, and this happens to be a dye ink. So it's a water-based ink. But if you have paints, watercolors, whatever it is you want, I can go ahead, and now this becomes where I mix my paints. And I can just go ahead and start applying my paint. Make a little more water and just go from there, okay? So super, super easy. Now, what if I...
Wait, can I give an update, you guys? There's like 200 left.
Now watch, I can go ahead and just clean it up. It wipes clean.
I'm seriously not kidding you.
I've actually used Sharpie marker and got Sharpie marker on here, and it wipes clean with some water and a cloth.
And I'll tell you what's really cool. This is a nerd out thing because I like to be somewhat organized when I'm not. Can I do that for 1 second?
Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I just want to show you what I love is because the whole thing's magnetized. I take these and I place them along the edge. And then I even use this when I'm on my computer. I never take it off my desk. It's just there all the time. And it's just absolutely one of the most beautiful experiences. Like you'll go to sit down or you'll look at where it's at and you're just like, oh, my crafting desk is so pretty. And then you can slop anything. I did hot glue on it. I use regular glue on it. Like you don't get paper out. You don't have to put newspaper out. You just use this surface and you don't have to baby it.
And it's just beautiful. You don't have to, I mean, you don't have to put it away. You don't have to hurry up and clean up your space because you have company coming over. Now, I can use this grid. I'm lining up my card right now with my grid. And I'm gonna go ahead and I want to make sure that my sentiment is going to be nice and straight. So I'm going to align this All right, I'm using my magnetic ruler, and that's going to help me to make sure that when I put my sentiment on there, that it's going to be straight.
That's great.
Because I am terrible at putting my sentiments on straight every single time.
Don't you hate when you have to tear it back off and then it tears a spot on it? You're like, oh, geez.
Oh, yeah. So there's, I mean, you literally can do so much with this. It's scratch resistant, so if I happen to drop, let's say, you know, this, or I drop a mug or something, it is going to be scratch resistant. It's heat resistant as well. So I can do my heat embossing. You know, here's my heat gun. I can do my heat embossing, and I don't have to worry if I'm sitting here and I'm doing my heat embossing and I'm heating up my glass mat as well.
Yep.
Right? I'm looking away. I don't have to worry about it. The heat is not going to damage this whatsoever.
Isn't that cool?
It's absolutely
stunning.
Stunning. Yes.
And again, and it's a really nice large size. You will never put it away. I literally leave mine. I don't. I think it absolutely is one of the most beautiful things I have on my little crafting desk. I don't even have a special room. It just happens to be a desk that I work on. And it's just my little happy place. And I look down on it, and it just, I love just seeing it. And like I said, I open up my computer. My desk is also where I do work, you know, if I'm doing my computer or whatever. And I just leave it on there.
Just put it right on there.
You know what I'm gonna do, guys? Can we slide this off? Because it's gonna be gone, but for those of you, oh wait, go ahead and show that one. I did not think about this until I saw you having it.
If you've got those little dies that you're working with and you're always losing them, they get stuck underneath your papers or whatever, you can just toss it right onto one of your magnets and you're never gonna lose them. Pop it up there in the corner of your board and you're gonna be good.
All right, so we have 165 left. We have 60 of you on the lines. This is not going to be, there's going to be it's going to be so funny because I've got my 9:30 show coming up, and I'm going to ask everybody, when the glass mat's out there, I'm going to ask the crafting cuties, I'm going to say, how many of you got it last night? Because if you don't see it now, it is not going to be available at all the rest of the day. It will 100% sell out in this hour. I love it. We have 4 flex pays, get it home for $21.24, and it's something you're just going to keep forever and ever. You know what else I really love about whatever you did to it? The stuff that gives us the grid and the color doesn't fade.
No, no.
Like whatever this is.
No, it's not, because it's all sandwiched between the glass, between the metal. We've even got little...
Like you can't ruin the pretty.
No, you can't. And there's even little soft feet on there too, on the bottom of it as well.
Do you want to show them the back? Let's show them the bottom too, because I think this is really clever. And this is why the whole thing's magnetized. So when you lift it up, there it is, look at this,
It's all metal.
It's all metal, so it's sandwiched beautifully, and it's all finished on the edges, and it's rounded on the edges too. So you don't have any sharp glass corners or any, it doesn't even, I mean, it's definitely glass, but it doesn't have that frailty of think of glass.
And here's the thing, it is a really clear glass as well. I was very, very particular when we were testing all of the materials for it. I wanted something that was gonna be a really clear glass that was gonna give me a beautiful, bright white background. I wanted clean, I wanted bright, I wanted it to look beautiful all the time. I wanted a rainbow of colors all around it so that no matter what my favorite color is at any given moment, it's in this board.
It's so pretty. All right, it's gonna sell out. We gotta move on. It's gonna be gone. I'm asking tomorrow at 9:30, I'll say, who